welcome back, everyone. This is Jeremy from Age of Radio Mercury, your home for podcasting and other pop culture news. And again, we are live here from Game On Expo at the Phoenix Convention Center in Phoenix, Arizona. And this is the Southwest Premier Gaming and Anime Experience, and I'm super excited because I have a guest with me that's brand new. Again, we hired Bree for talent, and she found this gentleman, Jay. Do you go by Shady Jay or Jay?
Just
or
Jay.
All right, it's
Just
Jay
Jay's
from the Shady Jay Show, and I'm really excited to sit down and have a conversation with him because, from what I understand, and we'll learn more about, you love video games, toys, movies, cartoons, and pretty much everything pop culture. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
And you share this through a YouTube channel called the Shady Jay Show, and you have a passion with the community and brings together fans. And there's a lot of retro gaming and classic fandom I saw on the show as well.
Well, actually, before even this show, the Game Chasers is a channel that me and a buddy started.
Oh,
in
nice.
2011.
Wow.
So it's basically a show based on. You ever seen American Pickers?
Yeah.
So we go around to garage sales, estate sales, conventions like this, actually, and just look for retro video game stores all over the country.
Yeah.
So we did that for a while, and unfortunately, my partner with that passed away about 3.5 months ago.
Oh, wow.
So I've kind of focused all my energy on my channel here, the Shady Jay Show.
The Shady Jay Show.
But it's not too much different. It's still all nerd stuff. So
Yeah. So that's kind of the story. So did you have the Shady Jay Show while you also had Game Chasers?
I did.
Yeah.
I
so
did.
what's the main differences between the two channels?
The difference is the Game Chasers channel was kind of hyper focused on the Game Chasers show and the Toy Chasers, which is the same thing just with toys.
Got it.
And there was a lot of content that I wanted to make just because just stuff I liked that I knew would never go on that channel. So I kind of created this channel, and it's like, okay, let me just kind of dump everything I want to do here. But it's honestly nothing I've really taken too seriously until the last, like I said, like 4 months.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, there's some consistent content that I see on the show. And
Yeah,
I'll show
lately
it here.
I've been 2-3 videos a week.
Yeah, that's
So-
so. Is this what you? So are you trying to make this YouTube? Is this your full-time thing? Do you have a full-time career? What does that look like?
I actually run a gaming convention. That's kind of my main source of
What?
income. Yeah, I run a show called Retropalooza out in DFW, Dallas, Texas area, and Houston area.
Wow.
So-
that's so real quick. Is that where you're located in Texas?
Texas, yes.
and you just come in for this.
Correct.
Right. So tell me a little bit about you're here at Game On Expo. So you have I didn't go and get a chance to go and look at your setup. So are you podcasting from here, doing live streaming? What is the
Just
people-
here shaking hands, kissing babies, and all that kind of stuff.
Do you have a booth?
Yeah, it's
So- okay, so you
actually
have a
2 rows
booth.
down. Right.
Yeah, nice. So I know that you get a pretty good amount of views. You have what 36,000 subscribers, roughly 35,000.
35 on this
subscribers
channel, right?
Right now, and a lot of views. So on the other channel, how many do you have?
160,000 subs.
Jesus, and that's on what's the name of that channel?
The
again?
Game Chasers.
That's on the Game Chasers.
The Game
So you
Chasers.
still continue Game Chasers.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Now, you
More
ha-
like a kind of vlog style, like
Vlog,
you
yeah.
know. The other one, just again, my buddy Billy, he has a video background, videography, editing, stuff like that. Like went to school for it. So when we came on the scene, he edited it more like a TV show. So like I said, think
Right,
American
yeah,
Pickers.
I saw something. Got it. That's really, really cool. So have you seen a good turnout from people knowing who you are here at this event? People coming up and shaking hands and things
I
like
mean,
that?
I've been here like 2 hours at this point, but this isn't my first time here. I've been here. I actually know the con runner, John, and I don't know if I should throw his name out. Well, his YouTube channel, GameSure81,
Yeah.
and I've been here. Gosh, I don't even know, 5-6 times.
Yeah,
It's been about 7 years since I've been back. But
that's really cool.
yeah,
So you have on the Shady Jay Show, though, you have other guests that come on. I know there's 8-Bit Eric,
Mhm.
and then there's some other ones. So you have different segments. Tell me a little bit about some of those segments that you have on the show.
just so I started doing a Where Are They Now, and it's kind of people who are on the Game Chasers channel.
Yeah.
8-Bit Eric, he was on there a lot. Actually, he's not here. He's had a lot of flight delays. He's been at an airport in San Antonio since like 6 this morning, Texas time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so West Coast time would be what, 4 a.m. But he'll be here at some point. I interviewed a local, I'd say local to Texas store owner down in Houston, and he'd been on the show 3 or 4 times. And there's actually a few people here who have been on that show before that I'm making some interviews with before I leave.
That's really cool.
I do movie reviews, movie resurrection review. It's me and my brother Tim, and we
Nice.
basically take oddball movies that not only we've seen, but then
Yeah.
we're like, okay, we've got like Rob Lowe, and let's go early into his career. Let's watch this movie and let's review it.
Nice.
Or like Keanu Reeves. That was one we did not too long ago. Everyone was Keanu Reeves from Matrix and Wick. But once upon a time, he did a movie called The Night Before.
I was hoping that was the movie. That
Yes,
you were
that's
going
the
to
one, yes.
No one ever knows that movie.
Yes.
And so do you like it? Because I enjoy the movie for
we,
what it is.
We
yeah.
gave it good marks. For
Yeah.
what it is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely for what it is.
Yeah.
And then I do unboxings, which is probably one of the most popular things I've done on the show, which it's funny because I can't stand them. It's like being 8 and you're at someone else's birthday party and they're opening up their gifts, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
man, F you.
Yeah.
But people like it, so I do it. I do Top 5 Friday, and it can
Nice.
be anything from movies to music to video games to, I mean, anything. I just love, like I said, pop culture, nerd culture stuff, so.
So a lot of some of the stuff that I've seen has been kind of with retro gaming, and being at Game On Expo, there's a lot of retro game, like there's older consoles, there's like cartridges that have been, I guess, rated and sold. There's a lot of like retro gaming here. What do you have, like, what first sparked your passion for retro gaming consoles? Was it just growing up and collecting consoles, or how did you keep that going? Because there's a bunch of, like, there's a lot of. So,
For sure.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Let's see, how did I get into collecting? My buddy Billy came over one day with a box of Atari stuff, Atari 2600 stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, where'd you get that? And he goes, oh, I found it at a garage sale or something. And just me being kind of petty, like he had something I didn't. I was like, well, I want to do that too. So next time he went out and went thrifting or whatever it was he was doing, I went with him. And before long, you know, we were doing this a couple years, and we were literally watching a marathon of American Pickers.
Okay.
And Billy turns to me and he goes, let's do this, but with video games.
Yeah.
And I just said, okay, just like that, casually. Okay. He's like, no, I'm serious. I'll buy a camera. I'll edit everything. And again, I knew his background. I've known the dude since 1998 or 9 or something like that. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And we did. And people just kind of liked it. So
what were you doing at the? So tell me. You know, I'm gonna ask you some questions about Game On here in a minute.
Okay.
But I didn't know that you had. I guess I should have known that because I saw a little. I think you have some of the stuff. The Dallas show that you do on your Instagram. Is there some content around that?
Probably
or like
so.
shorts or
Yeah.
something, or
Yeah.
reels, I guess.
Yes, yes.
And so, but I didn't dive deep into that. But knowing that you have that convention, did you? That came after the Game Chasers?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so what were you doing at the time when your buddy asked you to do the Game Chasers? What were you doing at that time?
Oh,
and then
man.
how did your life change to then start doing the convention?
I was, 2011. Where was I working at the time? I think I was working for a nonprofit organization doing maintenance on our shelters. It was a shelter for battered women and children, actually. So I did maintenance on the shelters, and when people would donate, you know, toiletries or furniture or anything like that, I would be the one who went and picked it up. I want to say I was working there at the time when we started the show, and then we started the show, and almost immediately we started getting convention invites.
Yeah.
Things like this, actually.
That's awesome.
And I would say we were going to conventions, and, you know, at first I was like, dude, we could do this, you know? And I'm one of these guys where I analyze everything around me, right? And I look at things and I go, okay, that was really cool. How can I improve on that? Or I can look at something and go, okay, that was kind of catastrophic. How can I avoid something like that in the future? Be it extra security in place, an extra line for, you know, guests or vendors to go through or whatever, right? And I could tell by his reaction, because I've known this dude so long. I was like, yo, let's start our own convention. He was like, all right. I knew that meant, okay, if I want to do it, I need to do it on my own. So from the point of bringing that up, about a year later, I started Retropalooza. And it was just going to conventions like this, just kind of observing and seeing how things were ran, seeing, you know, what kind of, and just honestly doing this for a few years, it was really easy for me to start. And I think I've had a huge, like, stepping stone when I started it, because I knew game owners, I knew resellers, I knew guests, I knew YouTubers, I knew all that kind of stuff. So there it is.
Is
Bringing
it
it
right
up. That's the next one coming up is actually below that, the Houston
one. Okay,
one.
let me go back to this one and I'll show you this.
So the Houston show is actually in 2 weeks from time of filming this, which would be March 28th, 7th, and 8th. Look at you. I don't even know my own dates.
That's all right. I don't know. You should see all the problems we run into.
Yeah, okay,
you're fine,
good.
Don't
good
worry
deal.
about that. Okay.
Good deal.
Yeah, you're good. All right, let me see if I can.
So I started this in the Dallas area in 2013, and then 2 years later, I expanded out to the Houston area. Yeah. And I'm actually, this one coming up here in 2 weeks in Houston. This is my 10th one. My 10th one in Houston. Sorry, 10th one in Houston. And the DFW show, I've done, I'm on my 12th this year.
Yeah, this is amazing. So how many, so I guess this is a big, like how many people attend this Bad Boys?
This is my smaller one.
Yeah.
I have, some numbers here. Okay. People like to throw out uniques. So basically, if a 3-day pass, it counts as one. A lot of people like to do turnstile, so they go, oh, you bought a 3-day pass, that's 1, 2, 3.
So you look at it as like, I guess, actual individuals that are coming?
At it, yeah, it's kind of fudging numbers if you say, because it's one person who bought
a
ticket.
100%, I agree with you. Yeah, I never actually thought about that, but that actually
that's the
makes
way,
sense, yeah.
I like Drew, he's great. That's the way it is in this business, though, so, you know, you might say, oh, I had 10,000 people through the door, but if you're a 3-day show, then I divide that by 3.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing, and it's not a bad number,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But for this show specifically, I'd say about 2,000 unique through the door. Wow. So if we want to go turnstile, 3,500, 3,000.
That is really cool that you do this. So what has been some of your biggest challenges getting into this space and finding guests? And I'm assuming you have people that help you find people? Or is it just you that's doing all this?
It's a lot of me. It took me a very long time for me to delegate and trust people and go, okay, you handle this, you handle this, you handle this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Greg Peters, he did animation on Pinky and the Brain, actually.
That is
he's actually out of Austin, Texas these days.
That is so cool.
So I do a combination of like voice actors and YouTubers and stuff like that. So
do you get?
And that's Game Chasers. Yep. That's me and my buddy Billy there on the left.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And then, of course, you got the cosplay aspect of it and tournaments, and it's not unlike this. This thing has just grown so big.
Game On?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I get John, one of the owners of it. He's going to sit down with me on Sunday. I forgot how we started. We were in Tucson. So last year at the event, I didn't have a booth, so we did try to like a run and gun type of Instagram thing that was horrible. But we got through it and it was fun, and we met a lot of people. And one of those people was John. And then he saw us at Tucson Comic Con. There's a local artist that owns Joey. What does Brian Polito own? It's Coffin Comics, and he owns Tucson Comic Con. So John was friends with him, and we were interviewing Brian, and then John was like, well, why don't you just come in? I'll make sure that you get a booth this year and all this stuff. So I was like, yeah, absolutely, I love it. But this is bigger even than it was last year.
This is, again, I haven't been here in about 7 years, and this thing is grown so much. I'm super proud of John. I've known John a very long time, actually.
Yeah, John's such a nice guy. He's a very, very nice guy. That's awesome. So that one's coming up here at the end of March then, yeah?
Yes, sir, correct.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let me go into a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about Game On since you haven't been here in a while. So what do you think makes something like this so special for the gaming community? I know there's a lot of retro gaming stuff here. What do you think makes this kind of like important or impactful? It's
the support of the community, be it gaming, be it cosplay, be it the tournament people who do the esports. Like it's everybody. It's everyone, because without everybody here, stuff like this doesn't happen. Yeah. It just doesn't.
Yeah. So I mean, you're here. You have a booth. I'm assuming you'll take some time to like walk around and see some stuff. What are some of the things that you enjoy looking at, and some of the things that you like being a part of at some of these events?
They're doing a Tekken 3 tournament. Shout out to Retro World Series, and I'm going to probably enter that tomorrow.
That's awesome.
I'm a Tekken guy.
Nice.
I'm good for a casual. Yeah. I'm not going to what is it? I was about to say E3, but the one in Vegas.
The one that I'm thinking of.
What's the big one in Vegas? I can't think of the name of it.
What's the name of the Vegas? Dustin, can you look up the name of the Vegas competition for It's not. It's an esport competition, but it's not E3. But
they do all the fighting
games. Yeah.
I cannot think of the name of that right now.
Let me ask you a question. Since you play Tekken, gratefully, I own multiple businesses, but unfortunately, it takes a lot of my time, so I don't get to play a lot of
get
video
that,
games.
yes.
And so I'm curious. One of the things that's always been interesting to me about fighting games. So when you do fighting games, do you use a controller or do you use a joystick?
Controller.
Okay. So have you ever, though? My question is though, you know the joysticks that just have the buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried those?
Yes.
Do they?
Well, it's like an arcade.
Do they make it? But it doesn't have the. It's just so you're hitting.
Oh,
the button.
those?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, yeah.
I've not used those.
Yeah,
No.
I was here when we were here last year. I was watching a Street Fighter, whatever competition, a Street Fighter competition, and this kid was using it, and he was just killing everybody with it.
So the direction buttons were
the direction
were buttons,
are,
not like a
yeah,
D-pad.
Correct. They're
Okay.
just buttons, just like the buttons that are
Yeah,
over
no, I've
here on
never
the
used one of those.
joystick. And he was just killing it. And I'm like, how do you even? Because like a lot of the moves are based off of a joystick rolling or a movement back
Which
and
means
forth.
he's probably hitting like a.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Look,
But,
my
man,
thing with that is, I know some people say, "Oh, joystick's better, controller's better."
Yeah.
It's what you're more comfortable with,
Yeah.
right? Because when it comes to like a joystick, it's the same thing as an arcade. And sometimes, like your direction down, down left, down
Yeah,
right, up left, up right, whatever, they just don't register correctly.
Yeah.
Or let's put it a better way, the user is not inputting them correctly.
Right.
But with the controller on a D-pad, I know I'm hitting left and up at the same time.
Yeah.
Or right and up at the same time. I've beaten people who have their own custom controller. I've beaten people who have their own custom joystick and all that kind of stuff, but I've also lost to people who have that.
Yeah.
It boils down to what you're more comfortable with and then your skill level.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what are some of your favorite games?
All time? Are we
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
individuals,
let's
talking franchises?
Okay. Let me. That was a very vague question. Let me do favorite game of all time. Let's start there.
Super Mario Brothers 3, period,
Super
hands
Mario
down.
Bros. That's
Yes.
an amazing game. In fact,
Hands
I
down.
was watching one of your videos where I forgot what it was. Let me pull up your channel here. I forgot what it was, but 10 most revolutionary games I think of all
Oh,
time.
that was
and Super
last
Mario
week's,
Brothers
I think.
3 was on that. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I had a very hard time putting that number 2 because of my love for that game.
Right, so you thought it was biased
But
because
I
you
was trying
enjoy
to
it so
be,
much.
I was trying to be unbiased actually,
Yeah.
because I understand what GTA did, and most of these games that I put in this video, I play.
Yeah.
So if you hit videos up there, that'll
Yeah.
probably be the number 2 video that comes up or something.
Yeah. And anybody who's watching this or watching this later, again, this is the Shady Jay Show YouTube channel, but also check out the Game Chasers channel as
sure.
well. Make sure that you subscribe to both of those. Yeah, it was let's see here, it was one of these best NES games ever. Revolution,
Right
right
there.
here, top 10 games that
Hey,
revolutionized
that's got
games.
decent views for my channel size actually. I like that.
Oh, I was looking at this.
I like that.
You're getting some good views on
So that
this
was just a
bad
week
boy.
ago, right?
Yeah.
See, when I do gaming stuff, or
Yeah.
sorry, non-gaming stuff, it doesn't get quite the views, but I understand that my audience is mainly gaming, but I'm
Yeah.
just doing what I want to do. Actually, if you go down, this one kind of go down a little bit more, keep going. Right there, the things you missed in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, that was
Two
nope,
to
it's,
the left, right there.
Right here. Yep.
122,000 views on
Yeah.
that, on this channel.
And it's
Why?
crazy too. Like sometimes it's weird. I have another channel called 3T Warrior Academy. That's one of my main, like my business partner runs that channel and stuff. I'm just the CFO for that company and own it with him. We're starting a new podcast here that's going to start next week on that channel. But it's weird because you never know what's going to hit.
I know.
You put stuff out and then it's something you're like, this will be okay, and then
Again,
it just freaking takes off.
I'm doing, and I just noticed. I don't go back and look at my numbers
Yeah.
and all that, but the Mike Tyson cheat video next to
Yeah.
that had 215,000 views.
Yeah.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
crazy. I just noticed that.
That is crazy.
So when I do movies like this, I've done Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I've done Gremlins, I want to say Goonies,
Yeah.
The Wizard,
Yeah.
which is a video game movie, right?
Yeah.
I do
that's
I
a
do
good
things
movie.
you missed on screen, not behind the scenes, not they had a fever when they were filming this scene. No, hey, you missed this in the background of this scene kind of thing. And the reason I started doing this in the Ferris Bueller's Day Off, we're getting off topic
No,
here,
you
but
keep going.
the reason I was watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off with my son, and what was that, 9 years ago, so he's 18 now, so do the math. And when he opens the window and he goes, on a beautiful day like this, how can I be expected to go to school? I noticed for the first time in that moment, a squirrel runs around across the power line.
Oh,
So I was like, I've never noticed that before.
it's crazy.
So throughout the movie, I just started watching the background because I've seen the movie a trillion times at this point. And we watched the movie, he went to bed, and I immediately started filming because I was taking notes as we're watching. timestamp. You see this jacket, you see this, and I just went and it did that.
Yeah.
So
You mentioned the wizard. I think that that also plays an important part on why Super Mario Brothers 3 is so important, because in that game or in that movie, that was the like in tandem. I'm guessing if I remember. It was released as a new game
it was
for them to
before
play.
it was even released. Actually.
Oh, is that
yes,
what it was?
Yes. How old are you?
I'm 41.
Okay, I'm 46.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I got a little
You
bit
got-
on
yeah.
you. So the Wizard, they showcased Super Mario Brothers 3, and then it came out after the movie. But for me, in that moment, it's like doing sleepovers, and your friend has it, and you stay up all night playing the game. And it was why I like it so much is the just complete awe that I felt playing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this in a game before. I've
Yeah.
never seen this feature in a game. Oh, you can fly, you've got power-ups, you've got, I mean, you had obviously the fireballs, but that's all
Yeah.
you had in 1 and 2. You know, and in 2, obviously, you had characters that did different things. Toad, he was faster. He could pluck things out of the ground
Yeah.
quicker. Mario was kind of, average.
Average.
Princess could float.
Luigi
jumped
jumped,
really
right?
high,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is really cool. But they weren't doing what Super Mario Bros. 3 was doing.
Yeah.
And I got that same, like as a kid, playing this game. I'm like, this is amazing. Like I can get this raccoon suit and fly.
Yeah.
And then when you discover the statue suit and the Hammer Brothers suit,
Yeah.
it's like I can be Hammer Brother.
Yeah.
I got that same feeling playing Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
And I was like, it literally
Odyssey's a good one.
flashed me back to
Yeah.
when I was playing Super Mario Brothers 3. So Odyssey is like
Actually, that's
it's
very
up
true. I
there.
didn't think that is a good point. It does have those same
the Donkey
characteristics in it.
Kong level in
Yeah.
Odyssey. The way they did that.
Uh-huh.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah.
That's
I like Odyssey.
So you said your son 18 now?
He's 18, right.
now. Is he here with you?
No, he's not. No.
So does
no.
he? So being that you, so I guess let me ask you a question. So when you were growing up, did your parents like you playing a lot of video games? Were they anti-video game? What was that like?
My mother was a gamer.
Okay.
So it was one of those deals where, and she still is actually. She does a lot of online. I couldn't tell you what she plays right now, but I know she did a lot of Final Fantasy online and whatnot like that. And part of the reason that we got an NES was in 1987, I think, is because Legend of Zelda. She wanted to play it.
Nice.
And it was a deal where she would literally wake my older brother up in the middle of the night
Yeah.
and be like, yo, come in here and help me with this boss, this level, I can't beat it, whatever. And there's school the next day.
Yeah.
So, no, she was definitely not. Also, we're latchkey kids.
Yeah.
TV, video games,
Yeah,
whatever.
of
You
course.
go do that so I don't have to watch you kind of thing.
Which,
Right.
technically, I mean, nowadays it's go and sit in front of this
iPad or
but
phone,
but
right.
back then it was go and do something that could have been sitting in front of a screen, could have not, or screen
Or
not in front of a
go
screen,
outside.
reading, going outside.
Yeah, I'm going to work. Don't leave the
Yeah.
house. Keep the door locked. Watch the TV. Of course, then the MTV era and all that kind of. Man, I love the era we grew up in.
Yeah,
I
it
got to
was
be
a good
honest.
one.
I really
with
did.
your kid though, does he play a lot of video games? Is he into it as much as you are? or-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he find himself wanting to do something like helping out with the convention or helping out with the shows? Does he like that stuff, or what's he
Not at
into?
all.
No, not,
No, not at all.
Okay, yeah.
No, he's come to, well, he's always come to my shows, usually
Yeah.
with his mom, and they go shop or whatever, but he's actually come to help a few times, and it's funny because he comes to help, and I put him to work.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of this stuff I do myself because we're kind of a small, operation. So I own my own pipe and drape, the stuff like we're looking at right over here,
Yeah.
right? I set all that up. So I'm like, yo, bub, come on, let's go. We got to set this up. And the very first time he ever did it, he was like, all right, I get it, Dad. Like, I thought it was just you go
Oh,
and
no,
have
it's-
fun. And I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
appreciate that you get it now.
You were
Thank you.
honest about it.
Yeah, but even I've even done things in the past where I set my own tables and chairs up from the convention center because it saves me a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
So anything you can do to save money in this, and it's funny because John, one of the guys who runs this, I
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
saying the guy, right? I
Yeah,
know his
yeah,
other
he's
partners,
one of-
but
yeah.
when he started this, I was on the phone with him a lot. And it's money. It's about budget.
Oh, yeah.
And my biggest piece of advice to someone who wants to start a convention, and I've been asked this over the years a lot, and I'll help anybody, right?
Yeah.
I don't care. There's enough food to go around. Even if you want to do something in my area, there's 8 million people in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of food for everybody.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good way to look at it.
If you have $5,000, do a $5,000 show.
Yeah.
Don't spend $25,000 if you only got $5,000 to spend. Because
Yeah.
now you're going into debt.
Yeah.
And let it grow. Let it grow from there. that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what I did not have a lot of money to start Retropalooza when I started it.
Yeah. That's really cool
So-
to see how big it's become. One of the things, the reason why I keep going back is I know this was a video that was older, but I totally forgot about these until I watched this. So these Tiger Electronic games. So are all these Tiger Electronic games that you have?
I have them,
Yeah.
or I didn't have them at the time.
Okay.
At the time, I did not have them. So none of
Yeah.
these are like my childhood games. These are stuff I've collected over the years.
Got it. I just want to see. Hold on. I just want to see some of these. So you didn't have these when you were growing up, or you did?
I had a few.
Few of them, yeah.
But what's in this video is not mine from my. You know, the only thing I still have video game wise from my original childhood
Yeah,
is some King's Quest PC games.
No, nice.
Yeah,
Those are cool.
like King's Quest 1
Well,
through
yeah,
5 or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I know a lot of that stuff, like everyone else, I traded in. I sold it, you know, when we moved, because I did a lot of moving when I was younger. It just got lost in the shuffle.
So is the collection that you've amassed, because it looks like you have a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, you're on camera, so who knows what's past the camera length. But
Right.
but
Yeah, I just got
the
one
stuff,
wall.
right. So the stuff that you've amassed though, is that all been because of Game Chase, like you collecting it throughout that show then?
Short answer, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I started to collect some of that before the show started, but once the show started, like, you got to have content. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of that stuff, I'm not going to say I bought it because we were filming, but
Yeah.
we were just filming while we went out. So
Right.
I
That's what.
bought
Yeah.
it.
That's what. Yeah. That's more of what I was kind of getting at.
Right.
When you're going out and doing it, that's really.
One thing.
Those are really cool.
One thing that kind of started me on this is, I remember in the PS2 days, I looked over at my shelf one day and I had like 2 games, and I'm like, where are all my games? But again, you buy stuff, you trade it in, all that kind of stuff, and I was like, I don't like spending all this money and not having anything.
Yeah.
So I just stopped selling stuff during the PlayStation 2 era.
Yeah.
And in that same era, probably around 03 or so, 04, I started running tournaments at work.
Oh, that's
Just
cool.
because there were a lot of gamers there. So it'd be Tekken, I think it was maybe 4 or 5 at the time, Tiger Woods 04, Madden 04, and one day I'm like, you know what, we're all about the same age. I want to do an NES decathlon. So we took 10 games, you got 5 minutes each game, and you added up all your scores. So if it was Paperboy, Tetris, Super Mario Brothers, I think we did RC Pro-Am, added up all your scores from that. Actually wound up winning that. And what I would do is, everybody would throw in $25. I'd go get 3 trophies, first, second, third place. One one's smaller than the next or bigger than the next, depending on which way you're going up. And then third place usually won their money back. Second place won a bigger trophy, a little more money. And then first place obviously got the bigger trophy, more money. And I remember winning that. And my boss at the time, I think he was a year older than me. That didn't sit well with him. And he was like, no, can I cuss?
Yeah, you're fine.
He was like, no, this is bullshit. This is my era of gaming, yada, yada, yada. He's like, me and you, one-on-one, no time limit. I was like, dude, you realize we're the same age, right? Like, you're a year older than me. So I took his challenge, and he was like, fuck a trophy, $100.
Yeah.
He goes, you go till you go.
Jeez.
Okay, cool. Second game, this is a true story. Unfortunately, not on camera, but this is a true story. Second game was Duck Hunt.
Okay.
I happen to be really good at Duck Hunt. I got 1.4 million points on Duck Hunt. And after that, I sat the gun down. I looked at him. I said, "Go ahead and beat me." I didn't have to play another game after that because he couldn't match my score with any of the rest of the games after that.
That is awesome.
And I took his 100 because if you're gonna, if I win, just like if I'd have lost, he'd have said, "Pay me."
Yeah.
So. But yeah, no, I started running tournaments, and then when I started Retropalooza and started doing tournaments there, it was just like, well, trophies, because that's what I was doing years before. And I like that people have copied me on that. Even as far out as like Norway, I've been copied doing trophies.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
and
cool.
Too Many Games, huge convention out in the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area. They've done trophies, but I don't know if they still do, but they've done it. And I was like, did you do that because of me? They were like, yep. I'm like, I love it. That's awesome. Do it.
That is really cool.
Awesome. Southeast Game Exchange has done trophies.
Yeah.
Now I think a lot of people hired Hal, Retro World Series.
Yeah.
He does his own medals, like medallion kind of things, which takes a lot of the, like, hey, just do it. I don't got to mess with it. So like Hal's great, right?
Yeah.
But once upon a time, people were doing trophies I did it first.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love that people copied it. I'm not one of those that go, no, don't copy me. You're stealing my bit. Nah, do it.
Yeah,
go for it.
One of the things that I did find interesting, because you have a lot of like segments that you kind of do. One of them that I think that was recent too was it like a draft day?
Yes.
You run into someone had the first draft, second draft, third draft, and then you draft so many.
Yes.
So when how do you come up with those ideas? You guys sit down and talk about like what's that look like for you? Or just like thinking about something like, oh, that'll be a good idea, and then you go do it.
Dude, sometimes you're sitting on the shitter and something comes to you, and you go, you know what? Let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's try it one time, see if it sticks. If people don't like it, don't do it again. If they do, okay, let's continue doing it. And it's just one of those deals where, like, I play fantasy football.
Yeah.
So you draft, you draft. So
yeah, I try to play fantasy football. Dustin, our producer over there, tech guy, one of our good friends does a whole league, and they have me try to do it. And every year he has to remind me every Thursday, you have to
Set
go
your lineup.
do something. And I'm like, Belch is getting so mad at you because you haven't done anything in weeks.
Yep.
Because I just forget.
And someone who needs you to beat who you're playing so they can go up a spot, they're like, yo, can you set your lineup, please? Yes. No, I get it.
Yeah, I'm the worst at that, yeah.
Jeremy, you're the worst fantasy football player I've ever seen.
yeah, he's not joking. I'm horrible.
I like draft day because it's different from a top five. Your top five is your top five. No one's going to come in and go, well, no, hang on, that's in my top five. I want that game. In this, someone can do it.
Yeah.
So you actually have to have a list, maybe 10. So the very first one we did was me and my brother Tim, and it was right when Val Kilmer had passed away. And my brother Tim was like a huge Val Kilmer fan. Huge. And I've been doing this a month or so. And then that happened, and it's funny because I got a text about it. Then I went online, and my brother was sitting next to me. I'm like, dude, Val Kilmer just passed away. And he just started ugly crying. Like, he's that big a fan of this guy. Yeah. So when we did,
is he close to your age?
He's 3 years younger than me. Yeah.
Yeah, because Val Kilmer was really big when we were growing up. Really big.
So the very first episode that we did was Val Kilmer movies, and I was like, hey, you take first pick because I know this is your dude, right? Like, I like Val Kilmer, but not like he likes Val Kilmer, right? Yeah. So of course he picked, I think, Tombstone because.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing movie, and Val Kilmer's amazing in it.
Right, which Tombstone would be in my top 5 Val Kilmer movies.
Yeah.
But when you're doing a draft day, well, now I can't pick it because someone else did.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you got to think, you got to get creative, and you got to go, okay, I don't think he's seen this movie.
Yeah.
Or,
do you remember?
Well, let me pick Top Gun number 1 because I know he's going to pick Top Gun probably number 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's kind of fun doing the drafting.
Do you remember what yours ended up being for Val Kilmer?
Oh, God.
Or some of the other ones?
Top Gun, did a movie called Salt and Sea, which is an amazing movie. He's an undercover, he's a narc. He's an undercover narcotics officer.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
And it's basically about him detoxing, coming off a job, I guess a job, right? Or an undercover assignment. I think I picked, it was the one with him and Mira Sorvino where he's blind.
Oh, yeah.
And what is the name of that one? And then he gets his eyesight back with some surgery or something like that. And then I did, that's 3.
One of you had to have Heat.
Heat was on, I don't remember I think I might have done Heat, my number 2. I know way more about movies than my brother does, even Val Kilmer movies than my brother does, but also know, okay, I know he's going to pick, Top Gun, he's going to pick Real Genius, he's going to pick,
is a great movie.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
And I think my last one was, he did this comedy, and it was almost like a Hot Shots type movie, where he was a spy.
Oh, I don't know if I've
And it was
seen
like
that.
this slapstick, and I cannot think of the name of it right now, but it was like this slapstick comedy in that same vein of like Hot Shots or Airplane or something like that.
That's awesome. Well, Jay, I appreciate you sitting down and talking with us. Do you have anything that's coming up for the Shady Jay Show, for Game Chasers, any calls to action for Retropalooza or anything else that you want to do some CTAs for?
Retropalooza is in end of March, 28th, 29th, or 27th, 28th. Whatever that is.
Sometime
Retropalooza DFW is in May, end of May, 27th, 8th, I believe. Go to retropalooza.com. I may be wrong.
Yeah.
Game Chasers, unfortunately, I did not do the editing and uploading on that, so that might just kind of be where it is for now. But Shady Jay Show, I'm constantly pumping out content, and I'll continue to just anything, like I said, nerd culture. So
yeah, that's awesome. Well,
I might do music talk one day, video game talk the next, movie talk the next, and you know, just
That's awesome. And if you
stuff.
guys are here watching this and you're near Phoenix, Arizona, we are down here at Game On Expo at the Phoenix Convention Center. You can stop and see us at booth 1113, or you can check out Jay. What booth? Do you know your booth number? It's
12,
okay.
11,
It's
no,
12,
12
something.
something.
You can
Yeah,
find it.
I'm the
You'll be able to
1200 row.
find it. Come and hang out with us. And again, we'll be back and be here all weekend long.
Oh, is this live?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
live.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I
yeah.
say something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
I lost my camera within the first like 20 minutes of being here.
Really?
This is DJ Osmo 3. I don't give a shit about the camera, but that memory card, there's stuff on there that I can never refilm. So if you just toss the memory card, if you find the micro SD and you want the camera, keep the camera, just give me the card back, please.
Yeah.
I've already gone through, retraced my steps, went to Lost and Found, all that stuff, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah,
So,
oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll keep an eye out as well. What's
Yeah,
it? What?
please.
So it's a DJ Osmo.
yeah, DJI Osmo 3.
Yeah, got it. Cool.
Right.
Yeah, we'll keep a lookout for it. Yeah, but again, thanks everybody. We'll be back in a little bit. We're gonna try to find some contestants and do a interesting setup for this Mario Kart giveaway. So hopefully Bree found some people to do the competition. I don't think she did, so we'll just wing it and see what happens. And again, this is Jay at Shady Jay 1908 and from the Shady Jay Show. And again, my name is Jeremy. You're watching Mercury, your home for podcasting and other pop culture news. And as I always say, be thankful, grateful, and kind. And we'll talk with you guys soon. Bye.